Hi, I'm Annabelle in Period 4. I'm going to introduce one of the United States Supreme Court Chief, Harlan Fiske Stone. He was born on October 11, 1872 in Chesterfield, New Hampshire. He is the son of farmers. He grew up in a rural community in Massachusetts. Stone went to high school in Amherst and continued his studies at Amherst College. After completing his bachelor's degree in 1894, Stone moved to New York City for law school. Earning his degree from Columbia University in 1898, he remained at the school as a professor after his graduation. Stone also went to work as a corporate lawyer. President Calvin Coolidge appointed him as United States Attorney General in 1924. He helped to improve the image of the Department of Justice, which had been sullied during the Harding administration. He reorganized the department and selected J. Edgar Hoover to lead the FBI, who would later become a highly controversial figure. In 1925, Stone was nominated to the United States Supreme Court. During his tenure on the court, Stone often dissented against the majority opinions. He opposed the ruling in Mannersville School District versus Gupta's 1940, a battle over the right to abstain from saluting the American flag and saying the Pledge of Allegiance on religious grounds. The court upheld the expulsion of a Jehovah's Witness child from public school for refusing to participate in these daily school activities. This decision was later overturned. In 1941, Stone was nominated to become the court's Chief Justice by President Franklin Roosevelt. It was a remarkable move, considering that Stone was a Republican and Roosevelt was a Democrat. Stone oversaw the Supreme Court during World War II. He supported the U.S. policy of internment for those of Japanese ancestry through such decisions as Hirabayashi versus United States 1943 and Korematsu versus United States 1944. Stone remained the court's Chief Justice until his death on April 22, 1946, after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage. President Truman remembered Stone for his high sense of duty, his great legal learning, and the clarity of his judicial reasoning. Stone left behind his wife, Agnes, and their two sons, Marshall and Lawson.
Hi, I'm Yu Huixiang in Period 4. I'm going to introduce the case Mapp vs. Ohio in March 29th to June 19th, 1961. Suspicious that Doreen Mapp might be hiding a person suspected in a bombing, the police went to her home in Cleveland, Ohio. They knocked on her door and demanded entrance, but Mapp refused to let them in because they did not have a warrant. After observing her house for several hours, the police forced their way into Mapp's house, holding up a piece of paper when Mapp demanded to see their search warrant. As a result of their search, the police found a trunk containing pornographic materials. They arrested Mapp and charged her with violating an Ohio law against the possession of obscene materials. At the trial, the police officers did not show Mapp and her attorney the alleged search warrant or explain why they refused to do so. Nevertheless, the court found Mapp guilty and sentenced her to jail. After losing an appeal to the Ohio Supreme Court, Mapp took her case to the U.S. Supreme Court. The court determined that evidence obtained through a search that violates the Fourth Amendment is inadmissible in state courts. The case was decided by Warren Court. The court brushed aside the First Amendment issue and declared that all evidence obtained by searches and seizures in violation of the Constitution is, by the Fourth Amendment, inadmissible in a state court. Mapp had been convicted on the basis of illegally obtained evidence. This was an historical and controversial decision. It placed the requirement of excluding illegally obtained evidence from court at all levels of the government. The decision launched the court on a troubled course of determining how and when to apply the exclusionary rule.